They're like, we're going to run and run, but otherwise.
Kind of doing a little campiness towards his, because he had a string of 90 soundtrack songs.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's good all the way around.
Love it.
The Guardians game is currently in rain delay, but before that, they had a real barn burner going. It was 1-0 over the Twins. Right around the corner there at Progressive Field. And, of course, all through the month of September, you can use...
Oh, we got it. Can we guess it?
Absolutely.
Is it going to be able to be guessed?
No.
Sometimes they're like, be like pumpkin or something.
Yeah, take a shot.
Pumpkin spice.
No.
Poundcake.
This is the code word, although this says August, but it is September. The September code word for CLE Clothing Company. This is the word that all month long will get you 20% off at CLE Clothing Company.
It's not Virgo.
It's not.
I give up already. One guess and I'm out.
Leaf.
That'd be good too. Spicy.
Spicy.
SPICY is the September word. CLE Clothing Company. Use spicy in store or online, and you'll get yourself 20% off whatever you get, no matter how many times you use it all month. So put it to good use. What would spicy be connected to? What is
pumpkin
spicy?
spice? I don't know. Like, that's all I can think of.
Oh, maybe pumpkin spice.
But that's not spicy.
Pumpkin spicy. Alan, Gary Busey, and Meatloaf were on Celebrity Apprentice years ago, and Meatloaf flipped out. I never watched that show. I know Busey was a big Trump guy. I attribute that to the brain damage. But yeah, they had a season that was Lil Jon, some bumpkin from country music, and Gary Busey and Meatloaf, and they were putting an art project together or something. I don't know what they were, painting signs or what. And Gary Busey had taken Meatloaf's paints. Did anybody ever watch?
No, I never saw it.
And, of course, Gary Busey had brain damage from that motorcycle accident in the late 80s. So this is well beyond that. So everybody was kind of... But Meatloaf offered no quarter to Gary Busey.
Gary, did you buy this paint right here?
Yeah. Why?
It's gotta be around here. There's another bag.
This is my stencils and all a bunch of the crap I bought right in here. I put a JR on this bag, so this is me. Here's another bag over here, but I think this is me as well.
I tied my bags together. I know mine is mine.
I don't see another bag over here.
Busey's just at the craft service table.
Okay!
What's wrong?
Mother...
What's wrong?
I bought those mother sponges. Part of that paint is mine. I'm sick and tired of you, mother...
He's yelling at Gary Busey.
No. That was all mine in my basket.
Bull, mother...
Hold on, guys. Hold on.
Those were all my paints in my basket. Hey, Meatloaf, Progressive Insurance. I'm a private person.
My private
Mark
paints.
McGrath from Sugar Ray in this season,
I
too.
want to make you get it. You don't want to start with me.
Meat, don't do it. Don't do it.
Mother, you do not want to with me. You look in my eyes. I am the last person in the world you ever want to with.
It's supposed to be a serious moment, but white people, when they get mad,
You
they're so
understand
funny.
me?
Why is he screaming at Gary Busey
Over these
over
paints
these
so hard.
paints?
Mother, you look at me. Don't do it. You'll be in the hospital in about 4 minutes.
He's like, don't look at me like that. But Gary Busey looks at everybody the exact same way.
He's got one look.
He's staring through you. He has no idea what you're saying.
That's one of my things that lets me know when a person's really insecure is when they are really like triggered by somebody's face. When they're like, they gave me a dirty look and they won't let it go. And then they just can't, because people make faces all the time. And yes, there are certain times where someone gives you a dirty look and it is intentional. But I would say
2% of the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
98% of the time, they just made a weird face because people sometimes make weird faces. And I was around a girl that was really triggered by some dirty look that she thought she got. And I'm like, I think you are just really insecure and you don't know how to handle people.
Yeah.
Poundcake, are you triggered by faces? Dirty looks?
If I was, then I would be constantly angry all the time.
Exactly. See, if
Because
Poundcake's not triggered by it, then you gotta.
I'm not triggered by anything.
I know I'm using you as a good example of not being an angry person.
It's the way to be.
Yeah.
Because people will
Not
laugh.
triggered. Huh?
If I legitimately got angry, either one, people would be threatened and no one would want to be around me, or two, people would just laugh. And I think the second one is worse. When you get laughed at when being
For being
angry,
yeah.
like if you're known as a guy that, oh, wow, she's going to get angry. Wow, she's trying not to laugh. And then people are just trying to hold it together. Or you're like, I'm mad here. Why do you guys always do this to me? Then it looks sad and pathetic, and people laugh
And then
at
they
you.
try to get you upset.
Yeah,
Right.
and I
Yeah.
don't want to be that guy. So I just don't do either. I'm neutral about pretty much everything.
Loud noises!
I don't think you guys have ever seen me angry.
Well, like when I've seen you upset, and I know when you're upset because you break out into hives. But I've seen other moments where you've been upset, and you're very rattled. You're very, very rattled. But I don't think I've ever seen you like angry, like
Yeah,
throwing
no,
a
But the
not
thing
fit.
is,
flipping out.
I
and-
take joy in playing out scenarios in my head, and some of them come to fruition. Some of them, happen. Some of them I'm working. I just create a little plan. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. Like the other day, Bill, that thing that I mentioned to you. In my head, I'm just thinking about scenarios. I'm like, okay, I got you.
So you
What
and
thing? I don't even
Poundcake
remember.
and Mary are famous for this. They'll create hypothetical situations in their head so they can game it out. I guess if it happens, and there is a certain amount of preparation that I have to respect in that. Except
Just
that you
try to steal my paints again, Gary Busey.
Yeah.
I'm ready for it this time.
in order for that to work, you have to have figured out every possible permutation of how that conversation's going to go. And that's a lot of work for a conversation that probably won't happen at all. So it just seems like a lot of energy that could be put to better use.
I understand that, but I could
But
either
you do you.
Oh, okay.
I could either go off or I could just, okay, I'm gonna get you. At one point or another.
Revenge is a dish best served cold, is what you're saying.
I can, but the
Don't
thing
get
is,
mad, get even.
I ain't got nothing but time. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna play the long game. I'm the Camilla in the situation. I'm not gonna get you right away. She was a side piece for years before they got Diana out of the
You're
way.
talking about Camilla Parker Bowles,
Camilla Parker Ho.
the current Queen of England, or Queen Consort. or
She's
whatever they call
queen.
it. Yeah.
She's queen. She played the long game.
Poundcake is triggered by uncircumcised penises. Well, you're not triggered though, right? It's just
No,
you prefer.
He
It's-
just gets disappointed. He's not mad. He's just disappointed when it might be that situation.
It's not a preference of his, and we've all got our preferences.
Right.
And I've done it. I've had it a handful of times, but it's just like, I have a fantasy in my head. It's just not what I'm used to. I've been spoiled a lot of my life, and I want, if it's gonna be in the vicinity of my face, I just want it to be pleasant. That's all.
It was in the vicinity of my face.
If it's gonna be receiving
In your
certain,
face bubble, yeah.
Yeah. Meatloaf would do anything for Gary Busey, but he won't do that. Yeah, that's what he's talking about when he sings that song. I won't let you borrow my paints or my sponges. Now, I'd be remiss to not point out, of course, out of those two men, Gary Busey is still alive, and Meatloaf is not. So maybe being quick to anger like that,
well, that was my question to you.
that can't help.
Is it better to hold a grudge? Like if you had to choose the two, if you had to hold a grudge or blow up right then and there and get it over with, which one is better?
Grudge.
Because I'm in the
Yeah,
grudge
I'll
camp.
grudge.
See, I'm an Irish.
I don't forget anything.
I'm Irish, and we hold grudges. But that's a lot of negative energy, too. So
I
I'm really
understand that.
torn between, like, I don't like doing that, but
And my grudge isn't like I'm going to like try and get revenge
No,
on
I
you.
just
I'm
cut
not
that
giving
person
that.
off.
I just go, yeah. I'm just done with that person. Like
Yep.
if they come back to me like, oh, can I get help with this? Or oh, can Did you want to go and do something? No, you're done.
You're burned.
You're just done.
Yeah,
Sorry.
See, and that's my grudge. If they apologize, I am in the camp of I hope they apologize so I don't have to carry on with this because I don't like being mean to people. It seems like pointless.
Now, counterpoint, I have been the beneficiary of a lot of people's forgiveness over the course of my adult life. And so you have to think about that too.
Well,
I've had a lot of people give me a second chance.
There's also, if you're going grudge way, you can kind of internalize it, and then you don't have to apologize for anything because they never knew you had the grudge in the first place. So,
Well, I don't announce my grudges to people.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But like, if you blow up at somebody, then you look foolish, in my opinion.
Yeah.
For every bad, I've done a ton of good. So, no, I'm going to hold this grudge. I don't get mad that often. And chances are, if I was mad at you, you probably deserved it. Because I don't, in my private time, I don't seek to piss people off. I mind my own business. So if you went out of your way to do something that I didn't like, oh no. Again, if we're at a party, I'm not going to acknowledge you. I'm just going to pretend like you never existed.
Oh, you're not going to be all sweetness and light to them. Because that's a move too.
No,
You play it off like you couldn't care less what they did.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I guess that would be the move. Not necessarily. I won't ghost them. Like if they're someone I used to text on a regular basis, I won't do that anymore. I will ghost them in that aspect. But if we're at a party, I'm not gonna go out of my way to talk to you. But I will just, you're there and you're one of the people that like I don't even know. Like I'm like, oh hey, how you're
not overly nice to them.
Nope. You're just like,
oh my God, hey, how
just
are
like
you?
everyone else.
Still a dick? Cool. Oh my God.
You're like, why are you talking to me like that? Like we used to be so cool. Oh, yeah, I just have some things going on. Like it's no big deal.
I got some things going on. I don't need you in the vicinity of my face.
And they're like, is this about me sleeping with And I'm like, no, not at all.
No, I don't care about that. It's your life. You live it. You see that Jonas, Sophie Turner thing?
He caught her on the ring cam.
On the ring camera, but they won't
man,
say what it is.
All the Perez Bilton stuff is coming.
It is.
Coming back
Gary
today.
Busey was on Perez Bilton. Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner divorced. He filed. He said irreconcilable differences. It said that they split up around Christmas, and she's been partying with a friend since then. But that he saw something, saw or heard something on the ring camera that he said made it very clear they could not stay married.
I would like Joe a lot more if he was the one that cheated. Like,
why would you like him to do
because
that?
Because they need some credit.
See, just when I feel like Poundcake is settling in and starting to grow up, then he hits you with, I would like him more if he cheated rather than get cheated on.
Yeah, but they're not saying
he looks soft the way he
they have kids.
Yeah,
but you can't be thinking about that when you have kids.
Well,
you
how
just
is
gotta
it soft?
gotta figure it out.
How is he soft if he's the one that's being loyal?
Because
he
seems
filed
like
for
he's
divorce.
Weak. Like,
how?
Because it just does.
What should he do?
Because they don't. The thing is, throughout their entire career, they were the Disney kids, and they didn't have like one scandal their entire career.
But what should he do?
Odd.
What should he do?
He should be on a yacht with a bunch of bitches.
But he's not that guy.
He needs to be that guy. He needs to be that guy.
But he's not.
But what's that going to do?
He's a dad, and he wants to be a good dad. And like, I watched that documentary on Hulu about them. And I don't know, please. Yeah.
Come on, man. Don't
they're around.
shame.
But I'm not saying whether or not that whatever. He isn't that guy. And I don't think I look at him and go, oh, he's soft over this. I think it's a really hard decision, too, to be like, hey, I saw this thing on the Ring camera. Also, you got to know about the Ring camera, Sophie. That's a rookie move.
That's what I'm saying. She probably wanted out. Or this is just a way for him, like, I can't do this because.
Rookie move with the Ring camera.
Well, they're not saying what it is. I can't imagine she'd stand and make out with somebody in front of the Ring camera at her own goddamn house. I think it's more likely that maybe he heard her say something.
That's what I was
Where he's
say.
like, oh, my God, I had no idea that's how she felt, and she's not saying it to me.
She was probably in front of the Ring cam, like the Eminem video.
Like Superman. Bitches, they come, they go.
Hey, go
Saturday through Sunday, Monday.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. She was in front of that, like, I'm sick of you, Joe. Let's go. She's full mooning in front of the Ring cam, like, it's time to go. I'm drunk.
That was like the Ring cam at my buddy's place last year. That girl started flashing her boobs and like freaking out and screaming while we were trying to play pool. and then she broke into their shop. And
Oh, right.
yeah,
Nah, man. Like the way had he just played it cool. This is how you play the press. She cheated, and he was already gonna get out. Now he's like, I'm gonna make the publicity go in my favor. I'm gonna get some street cred off of this because I know that she cheated. I'm gonna go out and cheat, and then it's gonna look bad. Like, oh wow, he broke up with her because he cheated, and he's on the yacht with a bunch of bitches, and like he can milk it. He can milk the press, and it would you would see Joe Jonas, the most popular and hottest Jonas brother, on a boat. You know, his wife at home, like, I'm so devastated.
is Joe the top one? I thought Nick was.
What do you mean?
I think Joe's the best looking dude.
Okay.
I think he's the tallest. Nick Jonas is
But he
shorter
doesn't.
than me.
But he doesn't have to do all that. Just move on. You just deal with it. Because you're gonna look like a stud if your hot celebrity wife did something and you were like, I got to get out of this.
Mm-hmm.
I got kids.
What if she was just like, I just don't like his music.
Brad Pitt did not lose fans when he left Jennifer Aniston. He gained fans.
But they didn't have children.
Yes, but no one sees those kids anyways.
But that's not the point.
No one's
If
thinking
they
about
know
that.
you're a parent, girls cream their jeans for guys doing the right thing with kids. A divorced dad, take it from a guy who knows. Joe Jonas, gonna be fine.
But he could get a nanny.
But that ring, huh?
Doesn't matter. He could get a nanny.
They might have had a nanny. Maybe on the Ring camera, Sophie Turner was making out with a nanny.
I'm saying
Maybe that's what it was.
You're thinking about divorce in regular everyday people. These are not normal everyday people.
But they're still human beings with children. They're still
And
parents.
feelings, and
They're still
yeah.
two people that are like, we want to do what's best for our kids. And now, mind you, this is all conjecture. They haven't said anything about it.
No, he announced it.
Well, no.
Yeah.
But they didn't say what it
What
was
it was,
on
yeah.
the camera.
They're trying to be amicable.
That's right.
Publicly.
Whatever.
It's 4 years. It's not. I was reading about this woman who's a billionaire because her grandfather founded some gas company 100 years ago. I don't know. This woman who's a billionaire, and she and her husband are getting divorced after 40 years together. And, he's a rich guy too, but she's a billionaire. And she is contesting the divorce settlement. She was ordered to pay him $200 million. And she's like,
that's not that much.
well, she doesn't like it. She's like, no, that's cuts into my inheritance or something.
That's what.
That's
it goes to show
40
you.
years between in a super rich situation.
And I'm not.
These two have been married for 4 years. He's 34, she's 27. They'll be fine.
See, I'm not even in like the prenup game anymore. Like, prenups don't mean anything. Like, you can. People will find a way to get their money if they don't get it after your divorce, they'll get it while they're with you. You can have a fence and a gate that don't stop people from trespassing, and that is literally.
He's got it all figured out.
Yeah, right.
But like
gun laws don't stop
that's
criminals.
what I'm saying. It's illegal to kill someone, people still kill people. So it really don't
Yeah,
even
but
matter.
that's not. It does matter though. You talk to somebody with a prenup and talk to somebody without a prenup.
It's
you're
just
gonna
like a seatbelt.
You're going to get two very different stories.
Yeah, it's good to have it in place, but people contest it anyways. Just like that whole Dr. Dre situation. They had a prenup.
You know those people contesting seatbelts?
No, I'm saying it's
Get
it's a
off me,
safety net.
seatbelt. Huh?
It's good to have, but it doesn't guarantee that you'll be safe in the car accident.
No one's talking about a guarantee of safety. It's talking about a prenup is just an extra layer. If you don't have one, you're really screwed.
Mm-hmm.
If you do, it's like a college degree, right?
Yep.
If you have one, it doesn't guarantee anything. If you don't have one, in a lot of situations, you're screwed.
Nope. I am the exception to the rule.
Yeah, a lot of situations. And, Sophie Turner got famous. They both got famous really young. But I think he had a better handle on it, maybe. He had 7 years on her.
I really don't think that she's that hot.
She doesn't tickle my pickle either.
have
But
a
I
I
mean,
like
it's,
her. I like her redhead. I think she's very
yeah,
pretty.
but she's fine.
But she has a Jonas brother.
Not anymore.
The hottest. She had a Jonas brother and she lost him.
Yeah, and
That's why the Jonas brother who just married a civilian looks like a genius now.
Mhm.
He's like, yup,
Kevin.
he's got a regular wife.
Old regular Kevin that never did a solo album. He just like, if you guys want me to come out, I'll go and do some of our songs. But
Well, I'll be
he was like,
fine.
I'm
Yeah.
investing in apps. I'm like,
Yeah.
yes, you are. Yes, you are.
I like Kevin.
You haven't even met him.
I watched the documentary of all the Jonas Brothers. I like him.
I kind of
The
met.
best. I think he's funny.
I kind of met Nick Jonas. Which I say that because I met him in person, but he didn't say a word. So
No, he didn't say. He didn't make eye contact with
not
anybody.
nothing. Those
Nothing.
guys
He didn't
have-
move his hands from behind his back.
I was like, wow, you really they really do just plug you in there and then you take your picture and you bounce. He didn't say not one word.
No, my daughter's picture with Justin Bieber when she was 8 looks like a cardboard cutout.
Yeah.
Just stuck his head in. Click. Next kid. Click. I got a break here. I want to send a text 35192. I want to go see Parkway Drive. That Monsters of Oz tour is coming to Cleveland. All Australian bands. It's Parkway Drive and Amity Affliction. And it's going to be at Jacobs Pavilion on the 22nd. If you want to go, I'll hook you up next.
This is the Alan Cox Show. Everywhere on our free